Hot to trot here in New Zealand, Aldebaran Park. Go to aldebaranpark.com. Andrew Fitzgerald joins me. Hey, Fitzy.
Great to join you, Paul, and the sun shines out for you, so they obviously knew you were coming.
Beautiful spring day, a little bit of a breeze, but it's a beautiful spring day. Great time of year, isn't it, this time of year here in New Zealand and even in Australia.
Yeah, well, as you can see, perched up here, the grass is starting to grow and the foals behind us, they're loving it, so awesome to be back with the sun shining, the grass growing, breeding season's here. You know, that's the best what we're here for, isn't it?
Well, it is indeed, and we're here to promote the stallion standing at Aldebaran Park, but also, you know, the breeding season as well, and talk positively about the sport. Before we start touching on the horses, pretty exciting for you. With Gatesy's Gem going to be flying away across you. You've got a couple of foals already over here that are doing a great job for Aldebaran Eagle, but people are going to see a serious horse representing Aldebaran Park and Yabby Farms in the ascent with Gatesy's Gem. That's going to be exciting and also easy for you to then be able to show people, you know, what a quality stallion you've got on offer.
Yeah, well, that's it. We've only got a small amount left of him, obviously, but and he bred a few last year, and hopefully he'll do a number of this year. But to have Gatesy's Gem come over here and on the back of what Rockin' with Attitude could do in Australia, which obviously the Kiwis saw enough of, but to have Gatesy's Gem come over here and the Kiwis get eyes on her and do a job, it's going to be help hopefully step up the numbers for us. Like, we're not expecting he's going to get the massive numbers because we just don't have that semen available, but we've probably got the 30 serves that we could do over the next couple of years. If we can get through them, would be really good. He just continues to do the job every day. Duncan's sending more Aldebaran Eagle winners.
Well, he's had 3 this week. He had Gatesy's Gem, Kiang Brandy, and then Aldebaran Boyd on the Monday. So so he just continues knocking.
And Jay Abernathy's one up north. It just keeps winning them. One of Winter's Rewards. You know, it's just a good solid and good solid horse, good manners, good speed, and they've got them all really. So you couldn't ask much more for a trotting stallion. I know we've got a lot of options in the trotters thanks to Pat and Duncan bringing them over, plus everyone else. But it's exciting to see 2 powerhouses in trotting, which is Pat and Duncan combining for a slot, supporting New Zealand racing. So, like, for breeders out there, these are Australian guys, big guys, putting, that have done huge for international trotting, and they're putting their money into New Zealand. So we can, the least we can do is support them.
Yeah, and exactly, and what you said there is right. And they're putting their money behind their own product, if you like. I do know that they were trying to get Tracy the Jet. Dominic got his own slot, so he took that horse himself. So Gatesy's Gem, she's not second best. It was just that was what they were trying to do. The 2 good gentlemen to showcase their bloodlines, like to the the Kiwis, to show what these horses can do. I want to make sure that people are aware, like you said there before, Rockin' with Attitude, and its name's left me again. I'm going to get into trouble because I interviewed Duncan the other day. 3 times that horse has left a filly that has won both the Oaks and Derby in each of those states. Rockin' with Attitude did it twice in Queensland and New South Wales. Gatesy's Gem in New South Wales, and it was in South Australia. And I can tell you everything about it except for its name. It's just totally left me, and I'll be in all sorts of trouble. So
it'll come to you at about 1 a.m.
Andrew Littlemore will put a comment on there, and he'll say, Paul. Anyway, I can't remember, but it's quite a unique little stat. From a low number of horses, he had 100 live foals, and he's done it with 3 separate horses. To be able to do that, there's no mean feat. They're serious horses.
Oh, he's been a super stallion, really. It's a shame we didn't get to see him grace the racetrack. Like, if he had made the racetrack here with Mark Purdon, he was in Mark's barn. If he had made the track here, I think that would have probably got his name into a few more heads. And then the job he's doing probably just steps down from how good Muscle Hill is and the job he's done everywhere, right? And if you can't get into Muscle Hill, which if you wanted to get into him would be silly money, what's better than a son of him that's proven to do the job, and like you say, Rockin' with Attitude and these types, as he's already leaving, for the price. I can't really argue too much more, can you? Low price, good stallion, doing the job, so that's ticking a lot of boxes.
You said about Muscle Hill. Of course, Aldebaran Zeus has been retired. The Kiwis did see him. I'm going to say it's the Flying Stakes. I think it was. It was raced at Cambridge, before, which is now that's sort of moved a little bit and is now the Trot. The TAB Trot, but he won that prior to it being there. He was scintillating on that occasion. Probably wasn't as great the wrong way of going, or if you go to Alexandra Park, the right way of going, and everyone else races the wrong way. But super horse, 1 from 2. He went out on a second place to a horse at the minute that's going super. Like, he raced at the top of his game for so long, went to America. May have probably, unfortunately, curtailed a bit of his racing career for us over here. But a super exciting horse, and again, another horse you got on your books to be able to offer up.
Yeah, it's exciting to have him. I think, again, adding another son of Muscle Hill, he did the job here. The Kiwis know him. He's been a little bit slow over here in terms of picking up numbers-wise, but it might come with a bit of time. It might just be how many options there is in the trotting game, but hopefully, he picks up a few. He's going to get a decent crack in Australia. I know that. Duncan's going to send a few to him.
He's got 25
he's going to get a decent crack over there, so he's going to prove himself. So while this year might not be his year, it might be a bit rough to say on him, but once we get those foals on the ground and people can see what he produces, I think that'll tick over to New Zealand. It sort of takes I feel like it takes a couple of years for those colonial ones to sort of stamp their mark, compared to you'll take a risk on a European or something like that.
We are conservative, aren't we?
I think, and that's what I mean. So once. But it's great to see he's going to get those bookings in Australia. Hopefully we get a few here, get those foal photos out and see what he's producing, and that'll give the guys here a bit of confidence to step into him,
Yeah, it's quite interesting, and I say we, and I mean we, Australians and New Zealanders, we are a conservative bunch of people. You look at what Muscle Hill's done. Elite Stride, he was a horse, high-speed horse, had a nice race record. What he's been able to do with his foals hitting the ground already, Howdy Mate, raced by Brittany Graham and Nancy Tactor and a couple of other people. He's an Elite Stride. He throws beautiful types, and they race like it. What the Hill, we saw what the Hill's been able to do. Betting Win steps out on. He's done a great job. These sons of Muscle Hills, they continually do it, but for some reason we seem to be conservative and don't want to go to them. And Zeus is at a very affordable price. So is Eagle. And of course you got the frozen semen to your handling fee there as well. But Zeus is fresh chilled semen. I mean, it's a huge opportunity for people.
Yeah, I think, like you say, it's just a showing in history. Elite Stride was the same. I think he was slow out the gates in terms of numbers, and now he's doing the job. So I think Zeus might be the same, but with 25 already in Australia and growing, I think he's going to get a great chance over there. And he's Muscle Hill. He keeps proving the job. Duncan's made him affordable.
Yep.
I don't see how Duncan, to be honest, makes any money on it. I'm pretty sure he doesn't. I'm pretty sure he loses money on these stallions for the prices he brings them in at and the promotion he does. But that's just the type of bloke he is, and improving the job and trotting, and proving what we've got available and improving the breed, and that's what he's been all about. So just say to breeders out there, really, if you're going to support a guy who throws a lot of money into New Zealand racing. Obviously today we're sponsoring the Southland Trotting Oaks. Yep. We've got another race in Auckland, in Addington that we'll sponsor. Last year he was sponsoring races everywhere and everything. So
he's the Southland Oaks last year as well.
Yeah, so he's throwing the money in. Least we can do is throw a bit back if you've got a trotting mare out there that you think needs a bit of Muscle Hill blood into it, or just want an affordable stallion. We'll look after you, and we'll get the job done.
Yep, absolutely. Enjoying it?
Yep. Yeah, no, it's good. I'm sort of I've always been someone with a few hats on my head, as you've got all the hats on the wall, but I've got a few hats that jump between the head. I've stepped into real estate a bit lately over the last year, sort of taken a step back out of full-time involvement in racing. Probably I know New Zealand racing's has picked up with Entain and stuff, but I just sort of wanted to get something else behind me, just to see how it's I don't know how to word that, but I just wanted to get something behind me that's not racing, just in case. I don't want it to fall over. Yeah, I don't want it to fall over. I think Entain's been really good. Obviously, we wouldn't survive without Entain. That's what people probably forget. When COVID came around, we got the bailout from the government, which was purely thanks to Winston Peters being involved, which is one of the politicians with New Zealand First. He's a big racing man. If he wasn't involved in the government at the time, we would have been in serious trouble probably. Then Entain's come in. It's been a really good sugar hit. I think we still need a few things to come right, a few things to fix. I still think we have a lot of in-house fighting, which doesn't help us. And I still think a lot of our trainers and drivers associations need to step up big time, and our owners association, which we've just relaunched in New Zealand, which is really good. I think we've got to step up and start voicing the opinions and being and helping HRNZ step through to build through, you know, because I think they get a lot of, everyone directs at HRNZ from 100 different angles and they get 100 different opinions. But really, we have these associations who would be the voice of us, and they should be the one leading the charge. They should be asking us, and so forth. If we can get that right, I think then we'll just continue to prosper. But at the moment, the fighting that goes on, it doesn't really help.
Sometimes stepping away, you say, you know, you've taken on the real estate. It's actually a good thing, and I mean that. Like Duncan McPherson is To Construct.
Yep.
That's his primary business. Then Aldebaran Park, it's not his hobby. It is a business. It is a big business. Pat Driscoll, same thing. Yep. They're big businesses. But then you have this mindset that comes with different ideas. It is actually a good thing for the industry. And I think you hear a lot of people say, "Oh, I've had enough and I want to walk away." We all hear it. There'll be someone that's just said it to themselves. They've just worked a horse. It's broken down. You know, it's gone amiss. Well, that's it. I'm out. I'm walking out. Don't walk out. Go and try something else and continue the sport, and you'll come back in with refreshed ideas, see things from a different side of things as well. You know, understand why certain things happen. I think it's definitely not a bad thing for our sport.
Yeah, I think you see people go and come back over the years. Once you've got the horse racing bug, you don't leave, do you? But I'm still involved in the syndicates and obviously Aldebaran Park and stuff like that. And we had one that run fourth last night. We've got a couple in the harness million.
Has it got out yet?
It's going to the paddock. Yeah, but,
didn't get out.
Oh no, it was a bit unlucky. Yeah, but we've got a couple in the harness million finals tomorrow. So like it's all building and stuff like that. But just I needed to get that behind me, and it's going well. It's a good sort of middle between feeds. They sort of feed both, you know. I meet people in real estate that come into horses, and horses people in the syndicates that come into real estate. And yeah, look, I've still got a pretty big business partner up north that's looking to sell his main business and wants to retire, and he wants to invest in horses. So if he does that, we'll probably look at buying a place and setting it up and getting a bit more involved in either breeding them or stepping up the syndication thing and stuff like that. So I'm not sort of lost to it. It's sort of opened my eyes to it, but it has taken the step back, has allowed me to see, like, once you're really deep in it, it's really easy to attack everyone that's the people in charge, you know. And I think I've probably been one of the leaders of that. Maybe I'll stand up and cop the criticism for that, but over the last 10 years, and I've been pretty quick to post on Facebook or something like that and have a dig. But then when you take a step back and realise actually it doesn't matter who was in that job, they'd still be copping the same stuff. And I think we need to be working together as one a whole lot more. I think once we do that, we're gonna prosper, like I said earlier. But I think everyone just needs to take their own personal hats off and actually sit down around the table. And racing's a funny game, you know. There's a lot of jibes. People don't like each other because of this and this and this, but we're all in it because we like horse racing and we love the horses, and that's why. And we all want it to prosper. We all want it to be in here in 20 years' time. Yep. But if we keep just jabbing each other and complaining all about, you know, like, you're never going to please everyone. That's what I said to HRNZ. I've actually wrote something to the board a couple of weeks ago. I sort of got to the point where I was, you know, opening up Facebook every day and seeing someone else complain about something or something like that. So I wrote a decent letter to that. I got a good response from that. I had a good chat with Brad Steele and Matt Peden and others there at HRNZ. And look, I think it's on the right task. They sort of are taking in everyone's opinions, but when you're getting 200 opinions, it's hard. It's hard. So I think once we sort that out, then we're away.
No, I think what you said's right, and gets back to what we said. One of the reasons you've looked at it differently is because you've stepped away and you're not eating, breathing it, that hamster wheel where you're just getting up, going to sleep, getting up, going to sleep. Like you stepped away from that, and you can see things very differently. Thanks, mate.
No worries.
Random chat that ended up. I wasn't exactly expecting that.
Probably could have broken that into two, but
Oh no! I don't think it matters at all. I think it's actually true, and you know, we want the industry to prosper. I think Duncan, you know, these guys want it to prosper. You know, Pat Driscoll, same thing. They all want it to survive and get better. You know, I was out at Wayare Farm. That interview will come out on the weekend with stuff for Yabadam Farms. But I'll say this now, like, it's actually, watch it, because, you know, Dancing on Moonlight, Macca Lodge, Woodland Stud, they're all working together to keep numbers up. They've got schemes and ideas and, you know, plans around what they can do to continue the breeding numbers, and, you know, I think it's great. So the industry is in a good place, but yeah, we don't sit back on our laurels and expect it to continually make money, if you like.
I think the cool thing, Y is doing a really good job. Yeah. Obviously, we've got a bit of semen base with them, but a cool story for that, just quickly before we don't want to drag it on too long, but through the syndicates with Joe and Dylan up north, we took a horse, Monaro Meg, from South Island and sent her up there and raced, and she did battle, raced about 12, 13 times. She was never out of the money. I think she was out of the money once, maybe in 12 starts. She won a start, and then she unfortunately bled, and we had brand new owners out of my syndicates, and they'd raced. They're probably in about 6 or 7 horses now, just small shares, from top of the North Island. Never bred a standard bred before in their life. They've taken her. They're breeding her to Tactical Landing next year. So there's a new breeder to the game. They're excited to be in. They're going to have a Tactical Landing. They've gone straight to the top, and that just shows everyone working together. Yep. On that, you know, YA were awesome. I rang them. They got in touch with the guys up north because they were struggling to find somewhere to have her. They've been awesome, sending through updates to them and all that, and playing their role. And then Sam from Dancing on Moonlight was good with Tactical Landing. Sort of gave them a lot of options on stallions between obviously our two boys, but then just the whole range of what, you know, we thought was best going forward. And this just shows like everyone working together. You know, that we've got new breeders involved just like that, and they'll breed again. They're actually actively looking for a better race mare to buy off the track to breed. So, you know, in 5 years' time, they might be breeding 5 or 6. They've got a good wee business up there that will support them to do that. So that's just a proven fact of, like you were saying then, everyone working together between all these studs and everything. If we can get them all on the same bandwagon, then we're going to have success stories like that.
I don't wear a Way hat. They don't pay me. Yabby Farm do. Aldebaran Park do. I'll gladly, Woodland Suit, put my hand up there. If you're here, especially on the South Island, and you've got queries about breeding, give Daryl a call. And when I say queries, where do I keep my mare? Give them a call. If they can't help you, they'll steer you in the right direction. So I think, you know, that part's always important, which is what we need as well.
Yeah, Kiwis are pretty good. You can ring anyone and you'll get
it depends. Only when you're in New Zealand. You say that in Australia, you get in all sorts of trouble there. That's okay. That's just a little jab. Don't worry about that. Andrew, thank you very much, mate. Pleasure. Always enjoyable talking. Yeah. And get in touch from aldebaranpark.com. Get in touch with Fitzy. His phone number's there. Or the team in Australia, and you'll be able to get in touch with them all. Thanks, mate.
Cheers.
Aldebaran Eagle.